Hello everyone, it is late at night, but I think today's topic is really useful because in the working situation, we are facing the challenge that we have to change our jobs sometimes, and so a successful interview is very important for us. Today's topic is need a weaknesses for interviews. Try this expert tip. When you go to a job interview, your goal is usually to tell the company how great you are. You might want them to know you are smart, work hard, work well on your own, but you also love working in a team, and that you are just fantastic. But then, but then they hit you with the question, what are your weaknesses? Or what areas do you think could improve? What's a good answer? You might not want to say you are bad at working early in the morning or that you are quick to get angry. A common answer people use is that they work too hard, but that doesn't really sound like a weakness. Speaking to the mirror, an interview expert said that the company interviewing you doesn't need to know about your personality flaws. Instead, you should choose something specific and related to the job you are interviewing for, the unnamed expert said. For example, if you are interviewing for a job at a hotel, you could say you don't have much experience working with a certain booking system, but add that you are happy to learn. This is a weakness that's really easy to fix and something you'd get better at quite quickly with a little bit of help. Of course, you can't make the weakness too big or the company won't want to give you a job. So, for example, if you are interviewing for a job working as a computer programmer, don't tell the interviewer you are no good at coding. You could instead choose something more specific, like a certain coding language you'd like to get better at. If you speak well in the interview, small weaknesses like this shouldn't be a problem. And you can also remind the interviewer that you really like to work on weaknesses and learn new things. I think for the job interview, we are trained by a lot of we are trained with a lot of stable procedure. For example, we have to make a brief introduction of ourselves, and then we have to introduce working experiences in the past few days, in the past few years, and the past few periods. But that's very important. It's also important to show our personalities and our positive attitude and how we get from the experiences. So, from the article, we can say that it is also very important to show your weaknesses in the job. But what's more important is that the weaknesses should be related to the job you are interviewing for and should be more specific. So I think that's great tips for us. Okay, that's all for today's topic. Bye bye.